Lifeguards, we started a team about 6 years ago, paddling Outrigger and doing the Catalina crossing race. And at some point I saw a video on YouTube of how those boats are made, and it looked pretty cool. So I convinced some of my buddies that are paddling with me to help me out and make a big boat. So we figured out some costs and bought some wood and made some plans and went for it. Well, the process of this boat, it's basically a cedar strip plank canoe building. A lot of people will build like a traditional Indian style canoe using this style, but this is just a bigger version to make the 6-man Outrigger. And I've just been finding time to do it just before work. I'll put in an hour here and there. On my days off, we get as many guys together as we can and spend a couple hours whenever we can find the time. We're building this boat for our lifeguard team. We've kind of been moochers off the local club and been using their boats, and they've been really generous. Lana Kilo over in Redondo. My wife we're about a month away from having our first baby. So our main goal is if it's not done by baby, we hope at least this boat will be done for this race. And it starts in Avalon and it paddles down to Newport Beach, and it's approximately 43 miles. So my main partner is Dave Cartlidge. He and I have been doing most of the work on this thing, but we've had numerous volunteers helping out day to day.
He called me and said he'd been batting around the idea of making a canoe, which I thought was ludicrous. And the more we talked about it, the more it sounded like something we could do. He basically put this, what I like to refer to as like a spinal column together. It's one long strip of aluminum with stations, which is a piece of wood every foot for 45 feet, which is the length of the boat. Oh, I'm riding it. I am riding it for sure. I cannot wait to get this thing in the water. You know, it's so funny when you first start making it, you know, it's like, this is really fun, this is exciting, you know, who knows, this actually may even work. You know, when we're first talking about it and putting it together, who knows, this thing could float. There's a possibility. And now we're pretty close to completion, and this boat looks insane. It looks fast, it looks sleek, and I cannot wait to get this thing in the water. Tyler's dad, he has been instrumental in this project. You know, he's been here every day I'm here, he's here. We're very fortunate in that we have some friends that are willing to help us out. The first sponsor that came on board was Dr. Brad Thomas. He's an orthopedic surgeon. His company is Beach Cities Orthopedics, and we just couldn't be more thrilled to have him on board. We've also recently spoken to Chris Bennett, who's the owner of Good Stuff, who's done just a ton for the lifeguard community throughout the last 2 generations. He didn't hesitate to, you know, ask, what do we need? You know, what are our goals? And he was on board right away. So very, very fortunate to have multiple people willing to help us out with the costs. It's a lot of time and a lot of money, and it's one of the great accomplishments I feel like I've done. The actual building of the boat, it takes an immense amount of dedication and time and research, and Tyler has done that above and beyond what I would have thought possible.